Greetings, loyal minions. Welcome back to the Sci Show, the #1 ranked YouTube channel for people who eat too much at Christmas. If that's you, I appreciate you. My belly appreciates you. It is huge. My cat's literally jumping on it like a bloody trampoline at the moment. And I've planted my ass in my chair and I don't think I'll be moving for the rest of the night. So if that sounds like you as well, I also appreciate you. Well, it's Christmas. Obviously, SG had to give us a present so we could give them all of our presents, which were money, which is the new Glass Heroes, which is exactly what we've been asking for, the 4th costumes for the classic heroes. Just what everyone needs to do once we've, finally got the Toons and leveled them up. Let's just make something slightly better. Anywho, we know that's how it works, so let's get into it. Have a look at these fantastic things. Let's start off with our good old Dicky boy, Richard. He is looking quite something. The artwork on some of these look cool, and then other ones look very uncool, like Richard. Anyway, Richard is now a paladin, which I believe was the same as the Toon. Yes, it was. We'll just throw the max power on straight up. So obviously gives him the extra defense, which is a 50% chance to activate the nearby allies as well. 25% defense for 2 turns. And the character and nearby allies recover 10% health with that master talent. So very good one there, especially if using in tank position where he's going to get hit. Gives him extra defense. We'll flick that off for now. Actually, no, we might as well just go random. We'll have a look at the Aether talent, which is attack up. So also nice. We know these heroes have extremely big stat boosts. Apart from the classic family. So for 2, 3, 4, 5 fully ascended heroes, we're getting 1, 3, 5, 7% attack, 1, 3, 5, 7% defense, or 1, 3, 5, 7% healing. And as we know, on level 20, the class talents of the hero are upgraded into superior class talents. So that's all well and good. For costume bonus, this is just getting humongous. So we're up to 65% for attack. I believe the Toons were 50. 65% for defense. Again, the Toons were 50. Health bonus of 70% and mana bonus of 5% are the same as the Toons. So we can see how that sort of looks here for Richard. Fully leveled, 3074 HP. That is ridiculous. When you think there's some of the older heroes in the game that were once quite powerful, and now when you fire them off, they might hit like for 300. You might be doing 300 damage to each. It is just absolutely crazy to think they're upgrading these older heroes even more, like the ones that have been turned into the Toons, obviously. But there's just older heroes that are 100% useless against them. So look, it's great that they're bringing these new things into the game. I've said it before, I don't want to complain too much. It's Christmas, yee. But I was about to swear. Someone told me when I swear I have to say something about being a Barbie doll in a Barbie world. I think they wanted me to sing it. But anyway, there you go, Coda. Not quite what you expected, surely. But yes, his heroes that are absolutely useless, basically. Hitting for 300 damage without much else on their special. And this guy's going to be sitting at, close to 4,500 HP with a legend troop. Anyway, moving on. We know the Toons are absolutely annoying. They've got huge stats. And on top of that, they have the resistance to ailments passive. So if anyone hasn't, if you've been under a rock or an Empires and Puzzles rock and haven't seen these things advertised anywhere, they now have the Glass effect, which is a 60% extra chance to reflect status ailments back to the attacker. So not only resisting as a Toon would do, but we are now also reflecting back. The Toon was 75% chance though, so it is a slightly lower chance, but instead of just resisting it, you are reflecting it back. So, we know already with a hero like, say, Bernadette, the Toons are fantastic against Bernadette because they have that 75% chance to resist. Now you've got the chance to reflect it back. Again, it is lowering it slightly, so that's a chance you're going to sort of take. Do you use the Toon with the 75% chance to resist, or do you throw on the glass? Obviously it does have an extra 15%, I believe. Let's just double check that again. Yeah, I'm going stupid here. I need to have a look at one with 3. Sorry, that was just a total mental lapse. Yeah, so the Toons are at 50%. I'm at 65, so yeah. Do you use the Toon and have an extra 15%, or do you use the glass? Anyway, it's going to be a tough choice. I'm presuming the special hasn't changed too much. We'll have a look at that. It's Glass Hammer, of course. Running at average speed, we're dealing 575% damage to the target and minor damage to nearby enemies, and the target and nearby enemies get minus 30% attack for 6 turns. So yeah, the Toon just had the extra against fire, so it's a little bit more negative attack and slightly bigger hit. Yeah, again, it's the one thing I don't like is there's not a huge amount of difference. I'd like to see some different mechanics in the special skills. But yeah, there we have it. The first of the glass heroes. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you just think we're going crazy with these new heroes and, neglecting some of the other ones. Again, we're seeing some of these hero balance updates where we're giving people an extra 10% on their special skill, upping it from 350% to 360 and silly stuff like that. Yet here we are throwing out the 4th costume for these season 1 heroes. I just, maybe some second costumes for Atlantis, maybe just something. I shouldn't be surprised and I shouldn't complain, but yeah. There's going to be a lot of people out there getting these fantastic reflective Christmas presents. That's all I'll say. So if that's you, good luck. Let's have a look at some others. Everyone's favourite annoying Toon is Vivica. So Vivica is still a cleric, the same as the Toon. We've already gone over that classic family. I'm not going to go through them all. Really, the glass costumes are a very minor update. So again, we're just getting that extra 15% for attack and defense with the bonus costume stats. We have the 60% chance to reflect status ailments back to the attacker. We will throw her on her max power. Look at that, 3100 HP. That is humongous. Defense up talent, which is a great bit of extra defense. Recovering 55% health for all allies. So we know the Toon had a huge heal, which is 1%. That's such a huge difference. So glad they made that change, because yeah, if that stayed at 54, I just don't know what we would have done. Vivica looks a little bit, oh no, they're all their heads are floating. It's a little bit, anyway, yep, they've been smashed up and they're glass. I get it, but yeah. Anyway, focus. Yeah, defense up talent, that's great. 55% heal. We are still running it slow, but we know the mana bonus from the costume does a nice little amount and keeps her going pretty well on those defenses where you see her. All allies are getting 60% defense for 4 turns, and we're cleansing status ailments from all allies. So again, not a great change. It looks like it might be a theme that all of these, so in the heal for the Toon, we had the holy characters where it became undispellable. So that seems to be a theme that's no longer going to be there with any of the glass heroes. Again, I just feel it's slightly lazy. It's basically just half-assed. Oh, look, those Toons are really popular. We're making heaps of money. We'll just make something slightly different. Not even really change anything. We'll add 1% to the heal, because, that just makes so much sense. Yeah, and not change anything. So I just change something. Like, they're not even hiding the fact they just want our money. But it's a great hero. So if you're spending money and you enjoy the game and you're happy to spend a bit of money and you get the hero, that's fantastic. But yeah, another good hero. I might have missed some stuff there. I'm a little bit out of it. I have had a family member, quite old, so, you know, there's no need to be too sad. But yeah, pretty much on the way out at the hospital, so I have been spending a bit of time there over the Christmas holiday. But it is what it is. Yeah, still ticking along just, but we'll see how that goes. Not looking good, but as I said, that's the way life goes. Yeah, rambling a bit now, so let's just shut up, Si. If I missed anything, let me know. I kind of look at these without having a look to start with, and then when nothing changes, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I have nothing to talk about. But no, obviously we know Vivica is fantastic. So again, it's just changing the tune slightly. You're pretty much just saying this is Toon Vivica, but now she's going to reflect a little bit instead of just resisting, and it is a slightly lower chance. So, I mean, I think the resistance is quite good in itself. I'd almost be tempted if I got them to just continue using the Toon version, to be honest. Yeah, you're getting the costume bonus, but I'm not sure. I actually don't have many Toons. I've never really pulled often in the costume chamber, and I think I might only have one Toon that's leveled, and maybe one or two that's not when it comes to the 5 stars. So, but yeah, whether you would actually change and use that reflect, it's obviously going to help against certain heroes like a Bernadette, but I think resisting it is probably just enough. And if you're dropping that percent down to 60 rather than 75%, as we know on defense, almost works like about a 90%. So, yeah. Anyway, that is Vivica. I'm not sure I looked at the talent. Yeah, no, we didn't. I'm hopeless. God, unsubscribe or something. No, don't subscribe. It's Christmas. I need to get to, well, I don't need to, but I'd love to get to 700 by the end of the year. I do have hopefully a video coming out in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. Just another list. Everyone loves a good list. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, gently caress that subscribe button, of course. But obviously, with being a cleric, we have the Master Mana Shield, so you can read the screen. Let's take a look and see which other ones we have. Also getting a glass costume is Aslar. I think Aslar may have actually been like my first legend that I pulled. I had no idea what I was doing. I think it was like a week before Atlantis Rising came out. I didn't even have a clue that, like, you know, Atlantis Rising was going to have different heroes and stuff. And I pulled in the fire portal, which was obviously crap, and got this guy thinking he was like just absolute beast mode. Not even sure I ended up leveling him, to be honest. Anyhow, moving on. We are Barbarian. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, so another one that's the same as a Toon. That could just be a theme with every single one of them. Again, 3000 HP, 1800 attack, basically. That is huge. We get Rage, Aether Talent, so it gives him extra attack. Last 6 turns, so running at slow speed. You may not, but you never know. You might get lucky and use that on the special as well. Master Talent. Got 50% chance to activate the 80%. Oh, I should just read it sometimes. 50% chance to activate the following, which is 80% of the damage done of the normal attack over 5 turns. If target already had the ailment, then the previous ailment's remaining damage is added, and the character gets 30% attack for 3 turns. So these are all the same. We don't need to go over them too much. Just as an aside, I do have a huge, almost fear that... Look, you'll see my loot there. Hopefully I've got something good. No, of course not. I was just going to have a look at some of these deals that we see here. All these Alpha Aether deals that are extremely cheap all of a sudden. So 6 of them for $22 with a tome. Even this $30 deal. This is in Australia, obviously, so the prices are slightly different. But I just have a huge fear that Limit Break 3 is going to be here very, very, very soon. I hope I'm wrong. but I can't understand why else they're throwing those cheap aethers at us. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Back into Aslar. Again, family bonus. We won't go over it. It's really just throwing these videos out to check the difference between the Toon and the Glass hero. And again, it's a 60% as opposed to 75. So in the special, we're running it slow. Glass Volcano. We've got to get the word glass in there, just to 100% flood ourselves with it. Deals 365% to all enemies, and all enemies receive 852 burn damage over 3 turns. So just under 300 per turn, 365 to all. So yeah, just a little bit more than the Toon. So again, they've just made them that tiny little bit stronger. Yeah, and it doesn't deal extra against nature as opposed to the Toon. So again, they're just very minimal changes, but of course people are going to grab them. That reflect is going to be annoying. But yeah, there's not really much to talk about as they aren't really that different. Yeah. I'm conflicted. I still don't know how I feel, actually. Again, let me know your thoughts. I love discussing the game and hearing other people's thoughts, so throw some comments in there as to what you think. I think we generally know that most people think there's just too many of these heroes coming out. Not enough focus on sort of the changes, especially in this one. As I said, like, they are very, very basic, and I know I'm just repeating myself. But yeah. Yep. Anyway, let's have a look. There's one other, I believe, after Aslar. Yep, just check out my finger skills there for all you ladies watching. Actually, I know no one's watching, so it's okay. But someone might appreciate my finger skills. We have Sartana. So we have the Wizard class. And we'll just see if that's the same. Obviously, it gives us the Jinx. The Toon was Wizard as well. So, yeah. I'm not sure why. That's an interesting one. I don't know if there's a particular reason for that. Because generally, a lot of them just have changes. But here we have 4 that none of them have had changes. Anyway, huge stats. We get the dodge. Fast, Glass Strike. 540% damage to the target and 879 poison. So again, around that 300 per turn, just a single hitter, but 540 with that huge attack stat is going to be a bloody big hit. We'll check out the Toon. So 530 and 825. So again, very minor upgrade over the Toon, but you're getting the bonus health from that. The attack and defense from the costume bonus. So yeah, that's really, again, they're great heroes. We all know they're annoying, the Toons. So if you've already got a Toon, it's nice and quick at least to upgrade another costume. But it is just slightly annoying to have to grab these heroes, grab the costume, and then next time the costume comes out, be pulling it again to try and get it. Yeah, definitely some better ways of doing it. And again, I would love it if they did also keep some of the other heroes that are totally irrelevant, give them something to actually bring them into the game, rather than just flooding the market with new stuff. Yeah, I mean, I know the Outfitter was a great thing, giving people that chance just to slowly bring it up, but yeah, there we go. Merry Christmas to all. I hope you all got lots of presents that weren't money, so you don't spend it all on these costumes, as always. Let me know also, these hero reviews, I do find them slightly boring at times. Especially something like this with the costume where you already know who to pair these heroes with. Like, we know what they're doing. Yeah, let me know what else we can do with these hero reviews. I know there's a lot of them out there. I find, no offense to anyone, but I find most of them quite boring. I have tried a few little things along the way, like, throwing in some silly sort of ratings and that sort of thing. But let me know what you think could be useful in hero reviews. I do still try and do a musical review for the Hero of the Month. So I do find those a bit more entertaining. But yeah, let me know. If you like what I'm doing, gently caress the subscribe button, give your kitty a scritch for me, and have a good one. I will also just add there are obviously some 4-star and 3-star heroes that have got the glass costumes as well. So again, not a huge difference from the Toons, but if you get those, yeah, definitely level them up, max them. They'll be great. Thanks everyone for a fantastic first year on YouTube. First probably 6 months, but you know, we're wrapping up. So just really wanted to say again, I really do appreciate your support. I'm up close to the 700 subscriber mark. So yeah, it's been a long journey. I don't have a great lot of patience. So went into this whole thing blindly, having no real idea what I was in for. But you guys and girls have made it a fantastic journey, great little community. So I really appreciate it. And I hope you've all had a great Christmas and an excellent new year.